everyone, Neil from Merch Informer here, and in this video I want to go over the Merch Informer graphics, how you can use them, and what is included in your Merch Informer account. So as you see, I am inside of the Merch Informer software here. Now this is included on our pro level subscription, so you'll make sure you want to have either one of those subscriptions, or if you already have one, log into your account. Now once you're into your account here, it will look like this. You want to go up to the top hand menu here, and right next to the single upload interface to the left is the Merch Informer graphics. Now you'll want to click on this. So basically what we do here at Merch Informer is every single month we release 100 vectors free to use for graphic design, your designs that you're putting up on different print-on-demand marketplaces, and everything in between here. So we take suggestions from you guys for what we should create, and all of these are hand-drawn and they're given to you in a vector format, which means simply a vector format basically means that you can make it as big as you want and as small as you want on a design, and it's never going to pixelate. So that's really important when you're creating designs for these different niches. So as you can see here, we're going to show you 5 of the designs that are in each one of these folders, but if you click the download all button, you'll be able to see all 100. Now we started this, I believe, in November when we released our first 100 vectors in this graphic pack, and we do 100 each and every month. So you can see that these are very detailed, they're hand-drawn. We have an artist that does these, does a very good job, and all of these are taken from suggestions from you. So let's say you come in here inside your Merch Informer account, you come down here, and we just dropped the May 2020 vectors. It is the end of May right now, so let's go ahead and take a look at these. All you have to do is click download all, and then you see it's going to download the zip file. So let me give that a few seconds to download, and then we will open it up and take a look. Okay, it looks like the May vectors are downloaded. Now this is a zip file, which means you do want to extract them somewhere on your computer. But I'm just going to open these up right here. Let me bring this over so you guys can see it. And it's going to look like this, okay? There's going to be a folder that says, hey, this is the vectors for the month of May. You'll want to go ahead and click into that. Now we offer these graphics in a few different formats. One, you see the SVG files here. Okay, these are the vector files. This is what you'd want to upload to the Merch Informer Designer, to Photoshop, anything like that. These are the files that will not pixelate no matter how big and how small you make them. There are 100 in here for this month. Now, I do realize that not everyone wants to use vectors, so we've also included the PNG files here, as well as AI files. So if you guys want to edit this stuff, you can put this into Illustrator if you have it. If not, totally okay. You can use these in other programs, which I'll show you here in a second. Now this all is in a zip file. I did not extract it. So let me just go ahead and bring another window into view. You'll see there's 700 items in here. Okay, this is all of the vectors that we have inside of Merch Informer right now. We had 100 each month, so the value keeps getting better and better. Now keep in mind, if you were to go out, say on Upwork or any of these other platforms, find an artist to create these for you, you'd probably be paying anywhere between $5 a vector and $10 a vector, okay, because these are hand-drawn. The artists really take a lot of time putting in detail in these, which means that currently, as of right now, this would cost you about $3,500 to $7,000 to grab all of these, which we include for free with your Merch Informer subscription. But this is what they look like. I'll just make this big so you guys can see it. There's 700 of them in here, and there are literally tons of different niches you can go into. Here's some birds, beach, biking, peace symbols. I mean, there is just vector after vector after vector. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this. Now, I get asked all the time, can you guys create us more vectors in X niche, right? X niche is whatever you want to create. And the answer to that is yes, we take suggestions. That's how we come up with these vectors. So if you have something you don't see in here after going through maybe creating some designs with them, drop us a suggestion right here in this little box. Simply write down what you want to see. So for example, if you want to see Santa Claus riding a bike, so Santa riding a bike, that's all you'd put in here. Maybe put another niche on another line. and click send. We go through these each and every month, which is what we use to get our artists to create these vectors. So the next thing that we get asked a lot about these vectors is, hey, can I actually use these on a t-shirt design for print on demand? A lot of other websites out there have licenses that don't allow you to sell an unlimited amount of end products. So for example, if you were to create a design from another website's vector, they might have a license to say you can only sell 5, you can only sell 10. And that doesn't really make any sense in our industry, because you might put up a design and you might sell 875 of those this year, okay? Which means that if you were using another vector from another website, you might be going against their license, which could get you in trouble. So we've included a Merch Informer license here for you guys to read. This is very, very open-ended. I'll go ahead and click this, which will bring up the license. So I'm going to run through this really quick. I know this is kind of boring and dry, but it's really important that you guys read these license agreements, especially if you're using other websites. That is why we created this service inside of Merch Informer, is because we did not like those other licenses being so restrictive. So let me just read through this, okay? You are allowed to create unlimited physical end products, okay? You can create unlimited digital end products. That means that physical products, shirts that end up shipping to a customer, digital products, you can create these as designs for yourself. You can create your own items that you sell on print-on-demand sites. You can use the vectors as the main element on your design, okay? There are other licenses out there that will not let you use these vectors as the main element in your design. They have to be a part of the design or a small part of the design. As long as you are creating designs that you think you can sell and you want to put one of these vectors over here that I showed you, let me bring it back into view again. If you wanted this cupcake to be smack dab in the middle of your design, big so they can see it, go ahead. We don't think that those should be restricted, so we've gone ahead and thrown that into our license. You can use these vectors on digital or physical end products for any clients you may have. So if you are designing for other people, feel free to use them that way. You can use them in new projects forever. We're not going to pull this license on you, okay? This license is never going to expire, which means that you don't have to worry about using an image and then a website coming and trying to take down your image in the future. As long as you're using them for the purpose of, print on demand and creating products, that's really what we want you guys to do. You can use these to create and upload crafts and graphics to POD sites. Okay, that's the purpose. You can generate unlimited sales via print on demand sites. So there's no 5 sales and the license expires, anything like that. We really wanted to keep this open for you guys. And you can ship these all over the world. The only thing you cannot do is resell, sublicense, share, or redistribute these files. And you can read through this. Basically, this vector license is extremely open-ended because we felt that every other website's license was too restrictive. So that's what we did for you guys. You guys can read this. Make sure you click this vector license here and send in a suggestion if you see something that you'd like. Now, let's get into how to actually use these vectors here. Now, we showed you that when you download one of these files, it's a zip file, so you'll want to extract that somewhere on your desktop, in another folder, something like that. And there's different file types in there, right? There's Illustrator, which I do not personally use. There's PNG files, and there are SVG files. SVG are the vector files. Now, how do you actually use those? If you're not proficient in Photoshop or Illustrator, I definitely recommend using the Merch Informer Designer. Okay, so I'm just going to go over how to use these in the Designer really quick, and we can create a simple, fun design. Now, in order to get to the Designer, which is also included inside of Merch Informer, again, in the top-hand menu, go all the way to the right, right next to your name, you will see the Merch Designer. Go ahead and click on that. Already done it, so it's already open here. And this is a very, very simplistic drag and drop designer where there's no learning curve. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. I have the folder open with some vectors in here. And let's pick one of these. Let's pick this cupcake. All right. I'm going to use the PNGs. Actually, you know what? Let's use one of the SVGs because the software will accept both. So in order to upload one of these, you'll want to go to Images in the left-hand menu. and simply drag and drop your vector. So I'm going to bring this over here. You can see I'm going to go with this dinosaur. It's T-Rex, SVG. Drag it, drop it in here, and there we go. All right, so that is a pretty detailed graphic. And all we have to do now is create some text around it. Let's go with, I don't know, let's just pick a font here. Coming for you. Okay, we'll put this up here. We'll change the text to white. We'll do one more. Since, off the top of my head, not sure when T-Rexes were alive, since 72 BC. All right, something like that. Coming for you since 72. Change that to white. All right. Simple graphic. Now, if you guys were spending more than the 5 seconds that I spent creating this graphic, yours would look a little bit better, okay? But this graphic, notice how it is the main focal point of the design, which is allowed inside of our license agreement. And once you're done creating this design, all you have to do is click on download, and it will download it, and then bam, here it is. You can upload this directly to either Merch by Amazon, Redbubble, Teespring, whatever print-on-demand services you guys are using. You can then download them from the Merch Informer designer and upload them anywhere you want and start making sales. So just a quick recap for you guys. If you have a Merch Informer Pro subscription, every single month we release 100 graphics that you can use inside of your designs. These graphics we create are based on your suggestions. Okay, so if you have anything you want to see, drop them in the suggestion box and click send. The vector license is very, very open-ended. It's not restrictive at all. And we think it brings a lot of value. I mean, again, if you were to go create these yourself or hire someone to do them, it would probably cost you in the realm of $3,500 to $7,000. And we're including all of this for free inside of Merch Informer. So make sure you take a look at this and start creating some designs. As I said, there's 700 in here, so that's at least 700 designs you guys can create and start making some sales. So I think that's going to be all for this video. If you guys have any questions or comments, drop them below, like this video, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.